Good morning, happy Tuesday, or good day. If this ludicrous proposal that the superintendent of Montgomery Public School System passes tonight, then it won't be a good day or a happy Tuesday or a happy Wednesday. Everybody who is able to go to that superintendent's and Board of Education meeting tonight at 5 p.m. should be there. Hold these board members accountable. Don't let them vote to merge Carver and Lanier. They are resegregating the school system. If they clump all of the black children in Carver High School and provide the new school only to certain children, white, Asian, and Indian, then that's why I'm saying they're resegregating this school system. The Park Crossing High School was already zoned. Now they're rezoning it even before it opens. That means twice. Lanier, Jeff Davis, and Robert E. Lee have been on the failing list, needs improvement list, for almost a decade. Carver is the only traditional high school that is not on this failing list. Now they want to build a new wing to place Lanier students into Carver and place all of the magnet students under Lanier's roof as a super magnet. Carver initially was supposed to be built larger than it is now, but they took the original plans away to build the new Park Crossing High School. So they already gave us the scraps, black people, and you would allow for them to continue to kill your child's quality education by putting more students in an already overcrowded school, that teachers are doing their best right now to keep them educated, well educated, and off the failing list. They're doing a superb job at Carver. So you say, well, why don't you want them over at Carver then, Karen? Why won't you let Lanier students over to Carver? What is the big deal? The big deal is teachers already teaching at Carver to capacity, 28, 30, 32 children in a room, and they doing the best they can. Haven't had a raise in God knows how many years, and you expect them to teach more children. And the superintendent is so slick, she's proposing flexible school times where the seniors and the juniors, 11th and 12th graders, can come to school at midday. She said because of work, intern programs, dual enrollment, and with the state of Alabama Department of Education's approval, accelerated graduation. First of all, Superintendent Thompson, can you let Tommy Bice them finish the audit report on that little grade changing scheme that y'all had going on? The data isn't correct. Number one. Number two, you want Park Crossing High School to be rezoned. That's also on the agenda today. You just zoned it. Now you want to rezone it. It's not even open. They're trying to keep black children from out of that school. But God is in control. It's that little law, federal law, that says no child left behind. Boy Bush created it in 2001. Under his administration, the No Child Left Behind Act was formed. 40 out of the 52 schools in Montgomery County are Title I schools. All of the high schools are. Parents have a choice, and 20% of Montgomery Public School System's Title I budget goes towards transportation. So parents, they don't tell you that they have to provide you transportation if you would like to send your child to a non-failing school. What options do you have, parent? You'll have a Carver. That's the only one not on the failing list. And the New Park Crossing High School. But they can't even answer your question when you call them and ask how you get on the waiting list. Call them and see. That's a federal law, and they're supposed to provide you transportation. And I'm going to tell you how they're resegregating and how it affects that school in that high-income neighborhood. With 40 schools and all of the high schools being Title I schools, that means those are low-income students. If they go to Park Crossing High School, which is located in a high-income property neighborhood, because it's a neighborhood school, forget that they closed our neighborhood schools. But they built them a neighborhood school where they can ride their bikes to schools. Now our children are having to walk over 2 miles to schools. And you wonder why they're failing. They're tired by the time they get to school. Tired. Okay, so then Park Crossing High School, if they parents, you send your low-income children over there, if they receive free or reduced lunch, it's okay. They Title I schools, it's okay. All of them, most of them. Send them over to Park Crossing High School. That will devalue that high-income neighborhood's property value. Why? Because it's in a high-income area. Your children are low-income children based on the data given from your lunch forms, and there's nothing wrong about that. But when you have a low-income school in a high-income neighborhood, that's flip-flop. So now they're going to try to rezone again. They're going to try to clump all the black children into Carver, make Lanier a super magnet school with 6th through 12th graders. But the plans already have been written. And the projected savings for the consolidation of all the offices is also ludicrous. The schools, the true black neighborhood schools that Superintendent Barbara Thompson and the Board of Education, all of them voted for, except Porterfield, are closed, yet the utilities are still on at these facilities. And you talking about the savings that it would bring the system annually. Can't bring you savings if you continue to have the utilities on, Superintendent. And tell the people that. I just want to read over, and I'm going to post this on Facebook. December 2010, Facility Master Plan Update Executive Summary. High School Recommendations. This is page 85. Number 1. It is recommended that the Board of Education establish a high school reform and restructuring committee. Don't know if they did it because they're not transparent. But you often wonder who do they select to be a part of these committees? Well, if you looked at the DeYoung Study Steering Committee, you see pastors, the Chamber of Commerce. Look at the 2008 to 2013 strategic plan. Also, look at your key stakeholders, mayor, county commissioners. I'm going to post these things on Facebook so you'll know this is not just rhetoric I'm talking. This is how they get us every time, because we don't read. And some of you read and don't have comprehension skills. Number 2 on this high school recommendation. It is recommended the following priorities be established for addressing high schools in the MPS district, Montgomery Public School District. Priority 1, new high school on the east side. New program and facility based on the recommendation from the High School Reform and Restructuring Committee, that you don't know who it is. Acquire property for future Robert E. Lee High School new construction. Implement plans to build additional cafeteria and gym at Brew Tech High School. The initial plan for Carver High School was supposed to be larger than the school is now. They gave us scraps. The gym was incomplete. We had flooding in there. They had to come back. It was a brand new school. The sprinkler system wasn't working on our field at Carver. Right now, go over there and look at our computer lab or labs and ask them how the Wi-Fi doing over there, the internet doing over there. And you add more students over there. First, let's get it right. What you promised us. Because January the 18th, 2011, Superintendent, you said all of this was just rumors. All of this was just rumors. You've been in the paper several times. I'll be putting those articles out too. Where you said you showed your plans and your proposals. And then when we bring it to you, oh, it's just rumors. When they finish using you up like a dirty dishcloth, you gonna know that they just using you. The city suit slickers, dollar dancing, pulpit pimping preachers who you think are on your side. You better check their stats and history about the superintendents of Montgomery. They just using you, sweetie. Help or somebody. And it kills me that they closed McIntyre down. You remember, they wanted to, Floyd parents got up. They don't want to take their children to McIntyre. So they closed McIntyre down with the other 7 schools. But then they reopened it as M-Tech. And now M-Tech is going to move next fall to the old Parisian of Montgomery Mall. JD is also slated for improvements. School lighting, heating and air, parking, and access enhancement. That should be priority number 1. If those students over there don't have proper lighting, heating, or air, you wonder why they've been on the failing list for almost a decade. You wonder. Parents, don't sleep on these people. They setting your kids up. I call it an education-no-cide. The genocide of a quality education in this county. Y'all ought to be fed up. Y'all ought to be fed up. Beside the fact that Carver and Lanier have a healthy, competitive relationship, a great rivalry, just like, I should have used this analogy, and maybe some of y'all would have caught on better. Combining Alabama State and Alabama A&M. Combining University of Alabama and Auburn University. Now you see, now the wheels turning better for you now. Children don't have enough books to take home. Teachers don't have copy paper. They don't have soap in the restrooms. Asking to bring Kleenex, tissues, soap. She's asking for a $28 million bond issue. and then had the audacity in the last meeting to say that Elton, so disrespectful to me, Elton, our commissioner, instead of saying Commissioner Dean, that she had spoke with Commissioner Dean until we made some moderations about it, and then she said Commissioner Dean read over her letter asking for funding. Y'all, this is not a moment. This is a movement. A movement that is so critical in your child's life. And the reason why I am so adamant about opposing this proposal is because it is setting these children up for failure. It's not a personal vendetta against any of them, of the board members. It should be, because the majority on the board are black. The majority in this city, black. County, black. Yet the oppressed have now become the oppressors. The black people. Even if the white people are telling them to do this. Even if some county commissions, we won't release funding until you play by our rules. Y'all heard what Commissioner Reed Ingram told y'all. He wasn't going to release no money. Go back in these plans. Go back and listen and ask them about the money that was requested from the county commissioners. See why it's taking them so long to zone and rezone. You have that right to ask them. What's the problem? Why are you rezoning and zoning? And zoning. The mayor, that's not his auspice. He is charged to work over the city, oversee the city, even though the schools are county. He have his hands so much in the Board of Education. I'll bring out that article too, where the mayor is for the superintendent's proposal, and he was especially for starting an all-male school. Re-election is next year, y'all, 2014. Don't forget the people. Don't forget what they're saying. Today, April 23rd, 5 o'clock p.m., be at that board meeting. If they don't let you in, call the U.S. Department of Education Office for Civil Rights. Let them know that they're denying you public access to the building. They won't even find a place where all parents or concerned citizens can come to the meeting because they don't want you there. That's why they holding it in a little room that holds 82 people. They don't want you there. They want it to appear like the parent and the community are not being involved in their decision making. They already decided on this. I have the master plan. Been trying to tell y'all 3 years. Now this stuff is coming to fruition. And you think I'm just saying this for my love of Carver High School? I am, though. I love Carver High School. But the greater good is to save all the children. I would hate to see a continued failure of all children. I want all of them to succeed because they are my future. And when I get as old as some of those board members, I would want this generation to help me along. But if they can't function because the current board members and superintendent are denying them quality education, and I'm not letting you off the hook, Tommy Bice, because you have put in a waiver to the U.S. Department of Education to stop SES, Supplemental Educational Services, free tutoring for the Title I schools, to use the budget, their transportation budget, so they can't go to a non-failing school. That's what you did, State Superintendent Tommy Bice. Now, you just got in office. I'm not letting you up and off the hook. I'll be getting on you in a few minutes. Gonna do another blog about you. You said this grade changing investigation would be over by Thanksgiving. I think you've eaten that turkey by now and dressing. If you hadn't let it go, it's time to barbecue now. Stop playing with all these kids' education in this state of Alabama. We can be number one in football. We can be number one in education. And let's hold these board members and superintendents accountable for killing a child's hope, dreams, and future, because they're taking their future away. Do that today. Make some calls. If you're scared to speak in front of the public, Facebook, kill them every time. Twitter, kill them every time. I'm uploading this to YouTube. Need everybody to pass it and share it to others. Need for you to start talking about it. Posting about it. Calling about it. They your church members. They your friends. These superintendent and board members. Their terms are 6 years. Prior to this last bit, 6 years long. So if your child is in elementary, they still are under the leadership of these current board members by the time they graduate high school. They've been denying your children, to me, a right of quality education as long as they've been on that board. And most of those board members been on there since I was a child. No, I'm not that young, but I'm just saying. Some of them have been on the board for so long, and 6-year terms. You take 2 terms, that's 12 years. That's one child. That's a generation that they kill. Future gone. Let's get it right. Let's win.